Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Hello.
It is rapid.
Read a psalm a day.
It talks a lot. I overdrive the mic. Rapid. Read a psalm a day.
Quickly. Read it rapidly.
Thursday, August 27th edition with Pastor Steve and his daughter. Beautiful daughter.
Guest
Joy.
speaker. Guest co-host.
Co-hosty.
I'm the co-host.
Color commentator. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite color?
Blue. Blue.
I know, it was green like your eyes.
My eyes are blue.
I think they're kind of green.
Yours are kind of green.
You're a hazelnut.
Whatever. You are a nut.
It is Psalm 121, and it's a very
Hi, Kim.
psalm. Good morning. Let's read it together, verse by verse. We'll let you start.
Okay. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come?
My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth.
Good morning, Linda. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber.
Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand.
The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night.
The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life.
The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time forth forevermore. Amen.
Good morning, Mom, by the way, since you commented too. And yes, we are the dynamic duo we are on today. She's like right there on the floor. She's folding laundry for me. So,
or doing yoga or something like that. Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yes.
Psalm 21. If you noticed in my Bible, every verse is highlighted.
It's highlighted.
Okay,
that means you
like Psalm 121 a lot.
Yeah.
And I use it quite often.
That's because it's a good song.
Where's the primary place I use Psalm 121?
What do you mean the primary place?
What's the primary event that I happen to use Psalm 121?
Well, you just told me you were going to use it at a funeral.
That's right. I use it almost every time I do a graveside or a funeral or a memorial service. Somehow, I always feel that Psalm 121 is, as Rich Wilburn would say, apropos. It's apropos for this event. I also like Psalm 91 and Psalm 23. Those are three psalms that I think are very appropriate.
Psalm 23.
Yeah. And Psalm 91, that God guides you and He protects you and you're under His wings and all this. But here's what I like about Psalm 21. Listen to what it says. Okay? I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my hope come from? To me, that's the picture of, I mean, it's probably not in this psalm, but it's the picture of a guy facing death's door. And he's looking up to the hills. He's looking up to heaven saying, okay, I'm dying. Where does my help come from? And he answers, my help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. We have a sovereign God who is sovereign over life, death, over sicknesses, over viruses.
It reminds me of is it Elijah or Elisha?
Just slur it so we know we're right.
Elijah, the story of Elijah. When he's surrounded by all the enemies and he looks to the hills and he's like, where does my help come from? And then the armies of God are on the hills, overlooking them.
Good. That's when he had a servant that didn't see, and he prayed for his servant to see.
And yes, the help came from the hills. So.
He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel neither sleep nor slumber. So it's the idea that
comforting.
None of this misses God.
Mm-mm.
The fact that you are ready to give birth to my grandchild in the middle of a one-time world virus pandemic.
Yeah, who picks this year to be? I didn't pick this year to be pregnant. I was pregnant before the pandemic.
Stresses me out and the mother out. But we have to trust that God neither sleeps nor slumber, and He knows what's going on because we've been praying for you and for your spouse before you ever married, and for your child to be since before you began.
Mm-hmm. And I always like to think of it I try to remind myself that God is outside of time. So anytime I'm nervous or praying through something or worried about the future, I always try to remember that to God, He's already been there and done it and seen me through it. God was already at the birth with Maxwell. He already saw it.
Good.
He already knows how it's going to turn out. He's there when Maxwell graduates and gets married or whatever is going to happen in the future. He's already seen me through all these things in life. And so to Him, it's He was already with me in those times.
Wow.
And I always feel like that's comforting.
That's the same speech I give at the funerals, but instead of talking about births and lives, I talk about God was already here when you were born, God was there when you die, God's already here and sees you in heaven. Everything that we see in time as a videotape that we have to progress through, God sees as a photo. He sees the beginning from the end, and it's all in His hands, and it's all sovereign. And the weird thing is, it all ends up being good.
Yeah, He's already. He makes beauty out of ashes. So,
verse 5: the Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand. See, that again kind of has a nuance of Psalm 91 that says, "We abide in safety under the shadow of His wings."
Shadow of His wings. Yep.
The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. Again, in Psalm 91, it says 1,000 may fall at your right side and 10,000 at your hand, but it's not going to come not near you. The Lord will protect you. It actually talks in Psalm 91 about protecting you from the deadly pestilence. Anyway, so it's the idea again that God is going to take care of us, even well, I guess in California, there's sun striking everybody. There's all kinds of wildfire.
130 degrees
fires.
and all the
130
fires.
degrees and all the fires, and you have all kinds of things going on in the world. But God is going to protect us. Look
God's
what
our shade.
Verse 7. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. I'm going to sing. He's got the whole world.
You sang in this chapter and you didn't
He's got
actually
the
sing this
whole
chapter.
world.
This chapter has its own song.
It's too modern. I only know old songs.
I lift my eyes up to the hills.
Who is it? Who sings it? Some modern person. I don't know modern songs. He's got the
That is not
itty
modern.
bitty babies.
That's gotta be
in
Paul. Is that
his
Michael W.
hands. He's
Smith?
got Joy's little Maxwell.
Who sings that?
In his hands.
It's a
He's
90s
got
singer.
the whole
This song is a 90s
world
song. It's
in
old.
his hand. Really? Okay. Enough of me singing.
You should know that. It's 90s. That's like,
I stop at the 80s. I'm stuck in the
You're
80s.
still stuck. Okay.
Finally, verse 8. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time forth forevermore. Listen, there's a lot of stuff going on in life. There's a lot of stuff you can't control. In fact, I've been talking to a lot of people, and even though 2020 was supposed to be, because it's 2020, the year we see clearly, I can see clearly
Stop.
now. It's actually not. There's a whole bunch of unexpected transitions in many people's lives because of what's going on. And I just want to say to you, if you're going through a transition that's been forced upon you, you don't have to stress. God sees you're going out and you're coming in.
Yep.
And God, not only, like she said, makes beauty out of ashes, but he works all things together for our good.
And he already knew what was going to happen this year long before it happened. He was there. He saw it. He sees you. He sees how he gets you through it. So you just got to trust that he's got your future in his hands. So
He's got your future in his hands.
you're just going to be done.
All right. Blessings. Thanks for joining us today. For me, enjoy.
Bye.